Ladies and gentlemen, you're now tuned into the madness. Jazzy Fizzle Productions. Sam Sean Paul. Shut
She like me, I kinda dig it, so I did my thing for her. She joining with me, now we getting groovy, hotter than jacuzzi. So shorty, won't you slow down? See the other fellas, and I ain't hating. They try to do it like me, it ain't the same. Front to back, shorty, side to side, and lean with you with a soldier now. Cause it's all like you should come to my crib, yeah. Come on, come flip on you, you should be my girl, yeah. You should be my girl.
Hey, it's your girl Nay coming to you with another episode of As Told by Nay the podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let's talk about it. Happy Thursday. Hope everyone's having a great day thus far. I see y'all checking in already. What's good? How you feeling?
Good, sis. What's going on, man? I'm happy to be back, man.
You were a fan favorite. There's been like maybe 3 or 4 people that I've done shows with in the past, and my viewers was like, "Hey, you got to get them back on," and you was one of them.
Appreciate that.
So I got you back because I know you're gonna keep it a buck with me. It's gonna be a bomb conversation. We gonna get into it. Those of you that don't know, this is actually my god brother. We go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. So I've seen you grow into this young man that you are today versus the little knucklehead from back in the day.
That's fact.
So we definitely gonna have a conversation. If I had to give today's convo a title, I would call it Think Like a Man. And we definitely gonna get into what that means. But before we do, we're gonna toast for the evening. We're not gonna take no shot. We sipping today. We on the grown people. I gotta take it slow. I gotta ease into this thing because for one,
yeah, my first time.
We gonna sip on it. Sip on the little wine a little bit. Easing into this weekend. It's gonna be a weekend, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all send prayers up for your girl for sure. What we toasting to?
Let's toast to this shirt that I ain't got.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
You like that?
Yeah, I'm feeling that. I need one of them.
You like that? Coming soon. I got you.
Shout out to the designer.
Yes.
Well, yeah, man. Let's just toast to big things. Let's toast big things.
Big things in 2021. I'm here for it. While I'm tapping this, like we finna take a shot. We just gonna sip.
Yeah, I'll do that. So pink out.
That's that grown people stuff right there.
That's that.
All right. Boom. Straight to it. Excuse me, come again questions. I'm asking you 4 random questions. Answer as honestly as possible. And then we're going to get into the combo. So question number 1. Has anyone ever told you that you broke their heart? And what was your response when she said that?
Out the gate.
Out the gate. Let's get it.
Nobody, I don't think anyone ever told me I broke their heart.
Mm-hmm.
They more or less kind of showed me I did. You know, I was young. I was young. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. That's about as far as I can go with that.
So what's so funny? I'm a therapist, but I also have a therapist, and my therapist brought something up maybe like 2 months ago about being able to tell people that they broke your heart.
Right.
Whether that's friends can break your heart, family members can break your heart. It doesn't have to be a romantic interest. But it's just so funny because then I was having a conversation with one of my homegirls, and it seems like when women tell men that they broke their heart, they never accept it like they really broke your heart. It's just kind of like, how I broke your heart? Yeah. What you mean? I ain't break your heart. It's like, how you tell me about my heart? So that's funny. I just kind of was wondering. I was like, I'm gonna ask a dude, like, what's going through your mind when somebody tell you they break your heart? But
truly, if it's somebody you truly care for, and you know she tell you that, you know, you're gonna want to know what you did wrong.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
If you just don't, I mean, just saying how you gotta respect, you know, somebody saying you broke their heart.
Right.
You gotta do that.
It is, you know,
But,
because you might have broke that girl's heart.
that's a fact, you know. But us dudes, man, you know, it's tough, man.
Don't worry, we're gonna get into all of that. Okay, so question number 2. What does it mean when a guy introduces a female to his family and friends? Does it mean anything, or does it just that's just something y'all do? Because for women, that's a pretty big deal. You mean the fam and stuff,
Right.
especially if you got brothers. So I'm not bringing nobody around. I got brothers and I got uncles,
Right.
and so what that mean for a guy?
That's
though?
off. Number one, we want to show off.
Okay.
You know, we bringing around the people to show off, especially if we got around the bros. You know, we definitely trying to show you, like, you know what I'm saying, Pete, this here.
It's her.
When it's time to meet moms, though,
That's a whole thing.
she's somebody. You know what I'm saying? Not even necessarily saying she the one, but there's somebody you want your mama to know, whether it's forever or just, you know what I'm saying, just at that time, that somebody wants your mama to know. That means something good about her.
Right.
You know, it's something good.
I definitely can agree with that. If any guy that's in my life has ever met my mother, it was because my mom gonna give it to me raw. And she pick up on vibes. So she'll be like, I don't like this person, or okay, he seems nice, or you know, so like you said, it may not mean like, oh, you the one or this is forever, but I want Sharon to give me her input on, you know, what you think about this one. So I'm gonna take that as people shouldn't really feel too special if you meet the fam, because really we want to let the people get a feel for it. Okay.
You can meet the fam today and
be gone
tomorrow.
So. Thanks. Okay. Question number 3. What is your biggest fear as a black man?
Me personally, my biggest fear as a black man is failing as a father. I don't really have any other fears. I mean, I know most black men, especially now in today's world, you know, they probably fearing being shot by the police or, you know, something like that. But stuff like that don't really scare me. I'm not even gonna say scare me, but it don't bring fear. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's different for all people. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, when you walk in properly, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you'll dodge that bullet if it's out there.
Right.
Definitely failing as a father, you know, that's my number one thing.
Okay. I think that's a legit fear to have too, because they look for the black fathers to fail. Especially if you got a son, which I know that you do. So, okay, that's legit. That's real. All right, and then question number 4. This is just for me.
Okay.
What is your fondest memory with Nay? And it could be back in the day coming up. It could be recent.
Listen, my fondest memory with you, I don't even think you're going to remember this. I don't even think you know about this.
Oh.
Your friend Koya, we threw her a party. It was a birthday party, I want to say. Graduation party, birthday party.
Oh, at the little spot.
Right.
Okay. I do remember that.
You was in the inside. I took your car.
Did I know you took my car?
No, you did not know. I took your car. I'm trying to go to the store, me and your brother.
Oh,
and
Lord.
I'm backing out the parking lot, and it's a you know, like when you parking, it's a log like to stop you from going over. I drove your car over the log, and it was stuck. You know, rocking like a.
Like a
everybody out there had to help me get the car off the log.
Oh, you know, my God.
That was your Honda.
Yeah, little Tink Mobile.
We got it back in the parking spot, went back in the party like
ain't nothing happened. That's really nuts. Yeah, you know, I think everybody done had a story with that car getting stuck. Shout out to my best friend in Cali. We was home for spring break one year from college, ran to the store and got stuck like halfway in the ditch.
Oh, man.
Like sitting sideways in the ditch. It was the funniest thing ever. We had like all the neighbors in the neighborhood come in to try to do. What was funny about it though was my mom sent me to the store to get some milk, and me being grown slid and got the milk, but then spent the corner with the milk in the car and then got stuck, and it was end up having to call her anyway. It was crazy.
Oh man, we gonna put Honda through some.
The Honda definitely done been through some things. That is funny. Okay, so that was what's up. Those are your excuse me, come again questions. Thanks for making me smile. That was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, so jumping to the convo. Think like a man. My idea behind this was I asked a couple of ladies, shoot me some questions that y'all want me to discuss with a fella, an older fella that might got a little understanding about life a little bit. And we're going to talk about some real stuff in regards to that. Just bridging that gap. I say this all the time. Men think so much differently than women. But why is that? What is the big disconnect? And if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to figure this thing out. Okay? So straight out the gate, we're going to talk about processing some different areas in life. First things first, back in not that long ago, you know who Lori Harvey is?
Sound like I know that name.
So Steve Harvey's, I think it's either his daughter or his stepdaughter.
Okay.
And she, she's dating in the industry. Right. And this last little situation she got with Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And everybody was making this a big deal about the fact that she's only known for dating celebrities. She jumping from dude to dude, calling her out her name. That's just all kind of stuff. Then you had other people that was like, oh, Lori is goals because she's out here dating how she's supposed to, not tied down to one situation, able to maneuver through how she want to do it. How do you feel about at late 20s into your 30s on 40s, the whole multi-dating thing, where it's I'm dating you and you, maybe I don't like you no more, so I'm gonna jump over here, or how do you feel about that? Do you think something wrong with that?
All right. So I mean, in today's world, I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? If these dudes, they how they is. You know what I'm saying? And if it's looking rocky or it's looking like you wasting your time, I feel like a female got the right to get out there and do whatever she gonna do. Okay. She not tied to nobody, so why not date that person and that person? I do feel like it plays a part on how y'all dating though.
Okay.
I feel like that's important because some people can get misled. Mm-hmm. And although you're dating, you're not tied down. That can cause other problems. Mm-hmm. So if you gonna do that, I just make sure you know exactly what you're doing and you keeping them certain boundaries. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Staying in certain boundaries so that people aren't confused. But other than that, yeah, she got every right. It's it's more than right.
So you are pretty much saying just having that dialogue there, open communication about what we're doing. Would you be hesitant about actually seriously pursuing a woman just because she's like, all right, I'm dating you, but I'm also dating somebody else, and it is what it is? Do you feel like when it's that exclusive dating, that's the only time you could take it serious? Or let's do away with titles in 2021 because that shit is for the birds. Right. It causes so much confusion.
Right. I mean, it's me personally. I mean, hell no, I'm not going to stray away. If I like you,
that's real.
I like you. I'm gonna shoot for that.
That's
and
real.
If I'm any type of the person that I think I am, I'm gonna make a statement with the way we date. You know what I'm saying? Or when we, get in, around each other or whatever we do. So I'm gonna stand out if I'm anything of what I think I am. Mm-hmm. Most dudes feel like they just that guy anyway. So if you truly are that guy, it shouldn't matter how many people she dating. When it's your time, you'll make that statement. You'll stand out to where, she'll stop all that on her own.
It's me.
It's me. I'm here now. So all that's,
We definitely gonna get into that a little bit later. But I want to pose a question to my listeners as well, women and men alike, because here's where we see a lot of disconnect. And here's what I've picked up just from life experience. Women will date a man, and it's not all women, but a good chunk of us will date a man, like him.
Right.
Everybody else cut off.
Yep.
We're just dating this one guy. But him, he's dating still other people. And we feel like, kind of like what you're saying, well, I'm that chick. It's cool that he date other people because eventually it's going to be just about me and him. Da, da, da. And then we see that he ain't really slowing up with what he got going on. So, now we in our feelings. And now it's this and now it's that. Then comes all these other situations. So for y'all listening, how do y'all feel about that? What do you think the disconnect is with the dating as far as the multi-dating goes? And who's staking claim? We're gonna get into that a little bit too. Like who moves the relationship forward? Is it the woman? Is it the man? Are we supposed to ask? Because fellas tend to get a little intimidated or shy away from that conversation of, hey, what are we?
Right.
What are we doing? Y'all don't like to hear that combo. So is it more that the fellas want to be the one to bring it to us, or like how does that work? What you think?
It's more like for me being a man, you know, I feel like dudes gonna try to get away with whatever you gonna let them get away with. I'm gonna say it's up to the woman to put that stamp on whether a relationship going. Only because if she don't, that dude gonna play as long as he wants to. Even if he really, you know what I'm saying, want to be with her.
That sounds real though.
He gonna play his game as long as you let him. But you put that foot down, and now he know. Listen, you know, I can't even do this with her. I can't do that. You know, at that point, then you know he'll start, you know, doing things a little different and respecting. You know what I'm saying? The more wishes and stuff like that. But yeah, the woman got to put that foot down, man.
So that leads me right into this. There's this little saying that I've been seeing going around social media that's like, if he wanted to do right by you, he would. Or you should let him go if he's not going to do this and this and that, because that means he just don't want to do it for you. Here's my take on that. As a woman, I don't necessarily believe that. I feel more so sometimes, and this is not all cases for sure, but sometimes guys just need to mature.
Right.
It's not that they don't want to do right by you or they don't want to be with you. It's just they're not ready yet.
Right.
And that's facts. And then you kind of move away from, okay, he must not want me because he ain't doing this. Right. And then over time, maybe you leaving him grew him up. Maybe something in life happened and grew him up. And now he ready. But you done moved on. So it looked like, oh, he's straightened up for this chick over here. But maybe that's not necessarily it. Maybe he just grew up.
Right.
He got ready. And you being the right chick or whatever the case may be, it's not going to make him be more ready just because you're the right chick. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It's definitely a maturity thing. With guys, you know, everybody knows females mature way faster than dudes do. You know, when a male ain't mature, you just not gonna get that from him. And you being ready and him not being ready, it's gonna scare him to the point to where he feel like he's not enough. You know, it's not that. And then you know the saying is, you know, let her go before I hurt her or whatever. But it's more or less like, you know what I'm saying? He's scared you're gonna hurt him because the pressure's on him, and him being a man, you know, men gotta be macho, they gotta be the leader, the provider, whatever. You putting that pressure on him and he's not ready for that. He's gonna fold. Now he looks like less of a man. You know what I'm saying?
That's real though. That's real.
You know, they run when they get uncomfortable.
He's a trick star. Thanks. Okay. And we're gonna talk more about that. Let's move right into that. You said it. Feeling like they're gonna mess up before they do, so they let you go. To women, that is the most confusing thing ever to hear. But I guess the way you kind of explained it right there make a little bit of sense, that they feel like it ain't even really about the chick, it's about him as a man.
I mean, it's childish. It's
as
definitely
hell.
childish. You know, but you know, again, that maturity level not there. So technically still a child, you know.
So do you think there's any rules that come along with that? So say you let shorty go because, you know, you wasn't ready or she was moving too fast or whatever the case may be. Doubling back.
Oh man.
If you had to give some people some advice, would you shy away from telling them to double back to a situation that they let go? Like, do you feel like the past should be the past for a reason, leave it there? Or once this person grew up, maybe y'all could try again, like letting bygones be bygones? I guess what I'm asking you ultimately is, do you think that it's possible to truly start over fresh with somebody from your past?
Okay. If you know that person very well, you know what I mean? And I mean, like, you done seen that person, that is what would be their worst, and now watching them grow into being ready or whatever. Y'all had a thing, it wasn't really clicking. Now you went on, now you see they done grew up, matured or whatever. I don't think it's a problem with doubling back. I just feel like you, whether it's the female or the male, you just need to know what you're getting yourself into. Remember what happened the first time. You know what I'm saying? Pay attention to them signs so that you ain't falling for the same thing you fell for last time.
Right.
You know, other than that, though, I mean, a lot of, you know, most successful relationships come from being, double backing. Though.
I've heard that.
It's it's a
it's
a 50-50 right there.
Figure some things out and let's try this again. So on the kind of in the same category of that, do you feel like that maturity can be achieved if, say, y'all maybe didn't fall out on the worst of terms, it's just kind of like we decided it's not going to be what it need to be. Let's be friends. How do you feel about that? First of all, if you dating a girl, you messing with a girl, and then you hit her with the "let's be friends" card, what does that really mean? Like, is that an easy way to kind of be like, I still want to be physical, I still want the access to you, but I'm really not trying to do that with you? Right. Or are you genuinely like, nah, I think you a dope, cool person. Right. I want to continue the friendship. I'm just not,
All right, listen, before I answer this, I'm going to just let everybody know I'm answering for me.
Thanks.
I don't know how it is for everybody else. So, but let's be friends. From a man's standpoint, though, to be honest, like my real personal reason on if I friends on you, it's because I just feel like you're not ready for the way that the man that I'm gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? And if I feel like you can be a cool person, you can have no problem, but you really just not there, then let's just be friends. And by me saying let's just be friends, that necessarily don't mean us talking every day or texting every day or seeing or going on dates or whatever. I literally mean friends.
Right.
Because I honestly know that you not the woman that I thought you were or that I need on my side. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say you're not a woman or you're less of a woman. It's just not what I'm
for you.
You know what I'm saying? Now, on the flip side, we're friends on you when we're just not interested in you. But you got something good going. It could be a body feature. I'm gonna just put that out there. That's the number one. That's the number one reason men do that. You got a little something going on, but I know I ain't trying to be with you. We're gonna be friends. I'm like, act like I'm interested. I care for you. You're my friend,
right?
But
not what you thinking it is.
And that's tough. But,
that is tough. That's tough. I feel like most women have been there where they like somebody and they kind of pull back and was like, let's just be friends. And it kind of leaves the mind to wonder, like, what does this really mean?
Right.
So that question, and it's so funny because transparency moment, I've definitely been there. But someone brought this to me and was like, get a guy to speak to the whole telling a chick they just want to be friends thing. And I was like, you know what? That is a big disconnect because women a lot of times don't understand that.
Right.
So okay, I like the way you broke that down. Let's talk a little bit about now. So on the flip side of that, say they truly did just want to, it's not nothing terrible or bad or that you not what I want, but I really do want to reestablish a friendship, kind of get that foundation going, and then let's see where we go from there, right? So when you do that, and the idea is truly to be their friend and figure out where we can go next, do you think that sex should be left out of it? Like, can you truly be somebody's friend and be exploring and do you think sex should just not be there till y'all figure it out? Or
it's physically, mentally, emotionally not possible to be friends with the opposite sex and y'all done had sex. And the reason I'm gonna say that is because even if the female handles that the right way, that man is not gonna stand by no friendship rules, and he's already been to that point with you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all have never had sex, that's different. You can definitely have a female friend or a male friend, and y'all have never took it there. But if sex has been involved, I mean, that's gonna be put me something to it. That's gonna be a forever thing. The fact that you even allowing me to be your friend after we done played around, that's just telling me I still got a chance to do whatever I want to do or act how I want to act. That's a fact.
And 9 times out of 10, if a female is friend zoned and she allows the friend zone, you're right. Because there's an inkling of hope there that this will shift back to
Yeah,
what was,
yeah.
or maybe we can figure some shit out. Or
Man, dudes hold on to stuff from second grade. So being an adult and having sex and then trying to be my friend years along, I'm not letting that go. No, we smash it.
Oh my God, that's funny. So with the doubling back, you kind of here for it. It could be possible, 50-50, he said.
I'm all for the doubling back as long as you know what you're doing. I'm for it. I'm not knocking nobody for that at all.
Okay, but with the friends with sex and stuff, that's probably just not a good idea.
That's a no. That's not the best thing right there. That's gonna cause some problems.
That's hilarious. Okay, so for Shorty that shouted me out for that, you got your answer, boo boo. Okay, so here's another one that came up. So I saw a girl, she had posted a picture, birthday photo shoot in lingerie. Okay. And the dudes was going in on her. Why would she post this? She got kids. Ain't nobody gonna take her seriously. Why y'all women be doing this? It was like all this big old rah about her posting these pictures. And her response was, why does it offend men so much when a woman embraces her sexuality or she's okay with dressing or wearing a certain thing, posting it online and stuff? As a dude, for you personally, man, do you feel some type of way about women who post sexy pictures or wear provocative, revealing clothing, or everybody got the famous butt shot? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that bother you at all?
I don't feel a way about it. I mean, and that's just strictly because you're not mine. I don't care what you do.
Okay.
But it's more so for the woman. I understand embracing that sexuality. You know what I'm saying? Most women. I mean, beauty is a big thing for women. You know what I'm saying? Women run the world. I'm gonna just put that out there.
Okay.
That's just what that is. I don't necessarily think there's nothing wrong with posting pictures like that or, whatever. I just feel like it's a certain way to do it. You got a photo shoot, you got something going on, even if you're in your house, you in your whatever, and you feel like you walk past the mirror, you saw a good little shot, you want to, you know what I'm saying, take that. I think that's okay. You know what I'm saying? You're not promoting sexuality. You know what I'm saying? You're not promoting, explicit content, but acting as if you should be, treated as a queen and not saying women who do that shouldn't be treated as such. But you know what I'm saying? You posting it knowing exactly, this is the reason you posting it, and that's just that. You're not looking for any other type of attention. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm all with that. You got some females that take it farther, but, it is what it is.
Okay. So, if you are seeing that, is that a woman that you feel like you could possibly pursue, or do you feel like, she's doing too much on the ground, I can't vibe with it?
I like it. I like her.
That's about it.
That's nothing gonna stop me from, like I said, if I feel like I'm anything that I am, all that'll, stop itself anyway this time. So
emotional or offended about the way women live their life, and I just never really understood it. Oh, talk about it. Talk about it then.
Not at all. See the difference between, and it's common to say 28, 35, 30. describing the exact point of being hurt.
Right.
Half the time, I don't think they know.
We make us feel good. It's alive. We bike. Clap one time if you can hear me. We bike. Clap.
No, it's automatically delayed anyway with that. But
Right. Because I don't see them. Okay, there we go. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
it ain't you, ladies.
You know, that's the life of going live and trying to do things that way. But it's okay. So we back. For those of you just joining in, those of you that were watching faithfully, we were just kind of having a conversation about the way men think and how they process things and how they do things a little different than us women. The last little piece we was talking about was women feeling free to dress how they want to online without being attacked by some fellas, or feeling like because I posted this picture, maybe this guy that I'm into, he ain't gonna be checking for me because he gonna feel like I'm out here just because I posted, you know, a booty shot or, you know, whatever the case may be. And that's not necessarily true, because my boy here said if he a man, he rocking.
Handle that.
It is what it is. Because that kind of reminds me, and I had one of my friends on a little while ago, and we were talking about relationships and stuff, and I had mentioned, you know, like when you be in the club and a dude feeling like because you have on provocative clothing or you're dressed sexy, that gives them permission to think they could touch you, grab you, you know, whatever the case may be, or you finna go home with me because you dress like that. And maybe she just want to feel sexy.
Right.
And who are you to tell her that what she's wearing is not sexy? Because for her, that's
a fact. Man.
That's how she. You know,
that's a fact. You know, and you know, like I was saying, when women step out, man, they want to show off what they've been working hard for, even if it just come natural and they don't work hard for it. They want to show it off.
That's
you know?
mine.
See, whatever she got on, I don't give you the right to do none of that. I think women would, you know, be more interested in you when you don't pay no attention. You know what I'm saying? Don't acknowledge what she got on. You know, look past it. That'll kind of open her eyes like this. Who do you think he is? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's funny that you say that, because men know that then. Is that why some of y'all kind of move how y'all move, or y'all are kind of distant? Y'all kind of give us the cold shoulder, like that playing hard to get type of thing, because y'all know that that's going to make us be more interested or kind of draw in? Is that on purpose?
You can definitely believe if he know that, you know, it's definitely on purpose. And it's not necessarily to draw you in all the time. Sometimes it's just strictly, you know, that's just what it is. That's just being a man. You know, you don't acknowledge certain things all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's a time and place for everything. When it's time to acknowledge that, you do that. But you know, you got some cases where dudes use it to their advantage. You know what I'm saying? That's like when you was younger, you know, having big lips. Everybody knew what that meant. Oh, he got big lips. You know what that means? You know, out of nowhere, you know, we go to licking them. You know what I mean? And using it to our advantage. You know, it kind of worked like that. So, you know, it kind of go both ways. You know, just depending on that man, I guess.
Facts. Okay. Side pieces, sneaky links, summer flings. We're finding that these things are becoming very common in our generation, and kind of like we was talking while we were on a little mini break here, where women are kind of neck and neck with the fellas these days when it comes to these things, where they are really out here. You know, and I use that for just lack of better words. Like, they out here. Hot girl summer is real. You know, city girl living is real.
Stats going up.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, so when it comes to that though, a lot of times you see women, they're trying to compete with the guys.
Right.
They've been hurt so many times. They feel like this is all that the men are really looking for. How do you feel about this generation and just the whole idea behind side pieces, sneaky linking? Like, at age, how old are you?
I'm 29.
So you're 29. Good little age there. At what age do you feel like it stopped being about all the extra and having all that, playing those games, playing the field and doing all of that, ripping and running in the streets, and becomes more about, okay, let me focus on my family. Let me try and be a little more stable. You know,
all that stops at 22.
does
Nah, realistically, I mean, me being realistic, I mean, you know, I can't really put an age on when that stops. Because I mean, who knows? You know, it all depends on, you know, what you got going, who you run into, you know, who gonna make you stop that. I do feel like men do get to a certain age to where, and women too, to where they just not interested in that no more. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a real thing. But what point that is, man, is different for everybody. You know, I always knew what I wanted, you know. Just whether it was a piece of candy, the type of clothes I'm wearing, a girl, whatever, I always just knew what I wanted. So, you know, for me, it's different, but it's definitely, you know, it definitely get to that point where you feel like it's time to stop. You're not doing this no more. But I noticed you said this generation, man, this generation different too. You know, they okay in a lot of things that shouldn't be okay, that shouldn't be applauded because it's what you're supposed to be doing anyway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
They want cookies for
you getting points for doing what you're supposed to do. You know, that ain't, you know, so it's different. So for the next 29-year-old coming out of this generation, it's gonna be different from him, where, you know, the way it was for me. So
right. You know. And it's really crazy too, with this generation and being so different and how they feel like, because they go to work every day. It goes beyond just the relationship and dating realm, where it's just like everyday stuff. People who do what they're supposed to do for their kids. Even I see they looking for like a pat on the back, and it's like, that's your damn kid.
I hate. I'm not gonna say I hate seeing it, because there's nothing wrong with women acknowledging a good father, but I hate seeing shout out to this dad for doing what he's supposed to do.
Thanks.
Like, you know, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, I can't imagine a day, you know, not doing what I'm supposed to do for my child. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, I get told thank you for doing them. Man, don't thank me. This is what I'm supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, but like we said, it's different. You know, this generation, I don't know. The grandma's not watching the kids no more. Maybe that's what it is.
Because the grandmas is the same age as we was just having this conversation at my house just a minute ago. Where back in the day when we was kids, the grandmas was grandmas. They was grandma age.
That's a fact.
Now the grandmas is.
They outside.
They outside with the kids.
It's hot girl summer for them.
Grandmas is trying to be out here turning up too. And you know what? Honestly, I ain't mad at it, because at the end of the day, you supposed to do what you're supposed to do for your kid. You can't rely on the grandparents. It's on you. Now, if you got that support and they there, and you know, that's all great. You know, but grandma got a life too. What,
definitely.
What she told Jody, mama gotta have a life.
Mama gotta have a life too. That's a fact. You know, it's definitely your responsibility for sure. You know,
right?
I think it just falls back on though not being around that. You know, grandmas bring that homey figure. You know, teaching you how to do just regular household stuff, and them little bitty household lessons shows you how to be a mother or a father as well. You get what I'm saying? Without even talking about it, without even, you know, getting that. So I think that's the part that's missing. But at the same time, like you said, the main grandma kids.
Grandma kids. So moral of the story, when you have children, just be prepared to be a parent. Do what you gotta do. I was going somewhere with that before we went on the tangent about the grandmas, but because I asked you about the time framing and the ages and all of that stuff. When guys are older and they're not ready to have that commitment, or they're not looking to settle down, what do you think is missing? What are they scared of? What do they feel like is going to pass them by at 27 plus, that they feel like, I still need to be in these streets? I can't sit down and be about one person right now. Like,
again, before I answer this is me. This is not for every dude, so don't be getting on them boys about however they living.
Because Ty said on their show.
But it's definitely number one, and you know, everything. With me, it's 3 steps in everything.
Okay.
Number one is definitely, if he feeling as if he not ready to commit, he not ready to settle down, it's something out that he feel like he missing as in a female. You
okay.
may be, you know, whatever. You may be a good person, a good girl, eye candy, but he feels somewhere in his heart that it's something better out there that he hadn't seen yet, or maybe he's had his eye on something that he just haven't approached yet. Number two, not being ready come with peer pressure too, from your male friends, even from, you know, your daddy. Sometimes you can be a young male, 23, 24 years old, but watching your daddy, like my pops, you know, he was, you know, a wild guy. So sometimes, you know, them daddies put the pressure on the child. They got multiple women around. They got multiple kids, and they ain't settled down. Pop's 46 years old and still out here, you know. So now it's like, oh, such and such your daddy. So, you know, that falls in line too. You know, that peer pressure is a big thing too. And then the last reason, I just feel like, you know, they're not taught that. You know, they're not taught how to be a man and to be ready for, you know, something that, you know, seems right. You know what I'm saying? When that choice left up to them, you know, men, they don't make the right choice all the time. So.
Because there's a lot of single women out here that's like ready for life, and they're doing well, and they have a lot to offer, and, you know, they're a good catch. And they keep running into these dudes that's still on this sneaky link or this very temporary. They're not intentional.
Right.
And hey, guys, I'm not knocking it at all. If that's where you are and you're at that place in your life, cool.
Right.
But kind of like we were talking about earlier, just being honest about what you're trying to do and why you're trying to do it. And at the same time, being mindful that people got feelings out here, and y'all gotta make sure that we're not out here just creating more chaos, because, you know, hurt people. You know, so if you're not ready, let shorty know you're not ready. If she's saying that she's ready, and let her go on about her business. Don't be trying to be her friend just because you're still trying to smash or whatever the case may be.
To that trophy. You don't want to let it go.
You know, it's a conversation to be had. Now, disclaimer, because there are some women out there that they don't want to let you go, even if you're not ready. And they like, nah, we can still play this game and we can still do our thing, and it's okay. So if you got something like that, she can't be mad, as long as you've been honest and upfront. But if you got somebody that's really thinking it's going to be about something and it's not, don't do her like that. Don't do her like that. We got to be adults. Even if we're not going to be adult enough to be like, all right, I'm ready to settle down, at least be adult enough to say that I'm not ready to settle down, and let her go on about her business and do what she's going to do. But okay. So being able to, somebody else said, being able to dish it but can't take it. First of all, as a man, if you were cheating on, would you be able to take her back? Because here's what we're seeing. This is the common consensus across the board. Men will cheat and cheat and cheat some more and expect that girl to still be willing to hear this apology. Let's get it back together. Let's make things right. But as soon as he found out that she was flirting with buddy that she worked with, she ain't did nothing yet. But she might have, you know, smiled a little too hard or laughed at the joke a little too long. And that's a whole issue. Why are men like this? Why y'all be doing stuff that y'all can't get back in return?
Man, you know, from experience, it all falls back on your image. A lot of dudes don't know how to let that pride go to the side. You know, they out there cheating or whatever back to back. You know, that's a pride thing. Sometimes, you know, they honestly just don't. They not. You know, they still childish. You know what I'm saying? But it's definitely a pride thing. You know, doing it over and over again. They getting comfortable with you not holding them accountable for what they're doing. You know, that's number one. The first time, honestly, in my eyes, you know, first time you cheat on a woman, she got to make a statement. I'm not saying don't take him back. You know, give him that second chance, especially if you feel like it's something good. But you got to make a statement that first time of muscle, or you're going to be going through that over and over again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As far as a man being able to take, you know, what he dish out, they should be able to. And there's no excuse for not being able to.
Should.
But the reason, I feel like the reason most men can't take it is because, like they say, if a female cheats, it's not because she wants to. It's because she's seen something good in that person. Now you got competition. It's not even about somebody else doing something, or you even being interested in another guy. It's more or less that competition that the dude don't want to deal with, especially if he don't know him and can't put a finger on him. Like, oh, it's this guy. You know what I'm saying? You hide him. You don't. You know, that's competition now, not his pride. You know, his tail tucked between his legs. He don't even know how to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason they can't take it. And then number two, you know, yeah, it's, you know, your trophy. Somebody else done had my trophy, and I'm just going crazy. Every time I look at you, that's what I'm finna think of, you know.
So men really believe that women are only emotional cheaters. That, what you just said, your
most
answer
men,
is
yeah,
based
most
off
men,
of
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
feeling like the woman is emotionally cheating. Or maybe
For
you're
me,
just not doing something.
That's what I was going with.
Okay,
For me, I feel like you lack.
Talk about
you know, she cheat on you, you lack. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how mad, you know, I make a female, I make my old girl. You not going nowhere if I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times too, man, it's a dude out there, a female been waiting on you to act up so she can slip up. I mean, waiting on you to slip up so she can act up. You know, it's ones out there like that too. So as a man, you gotta keep them doors closed. You gotta hold that household down.
Hold it down
every day.
And I was recently having this conversation with somebody, because they were asking, you know, does size matter, you know, when it comes to intimacy?
Right.
And for me personally, I feel like if a guy is the full package, right? And he's doing what he's supposed to do at home, and he's making you feel the way that he's supposed to be making you feel, and the connection is there, a woman gonna rock.
Yeah, that alone.
She gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? And really don't even matter about all of that. So if Shorty is cheating on you, it could be that emotional comfort, or she found something else or whatever. But a lot of times it's because you lacking.
Right. Yeah.
Something ain't right. And she may think you're a great person, and she may not be completely ready to let it go. But something ain't right, and she feel like, well, I do like this man. I do love this man. So I'm gonna creep just a little bit because I ain't ready to end it. But
she comfortable where she at, but you gotta pick up that slack. You know, you gotta pick that up. And as a man, you should be able to tell too. Not necessarily. I don't think it's possible for a man to tell if another dude's been, you know, if they took it that they had sex.
Yeah, that is a myth, guys.
Yeah, I don't
Stop
think that's true.
that.
I do fit now on some same day type stuff. That's different. I feel like it'll be like, whoa. But you know what I'm saying? Because you know, but I don't feel like, you know, that's possible to be like, oh, somebody else
been in here.
It don't go like that at all. You know, but hey, at the end of the day, man, handle your business. You won't have that to worry about.
So I just want to pose that question to my fellas that are watching. If your shorty cheats on you, is it possible to bounce back from that? Or is it a conversation to be had? Can we fix it? Can we work on it? Is it possible to truly move forward? Or are we letting that go? Because what I see, and I can only speak from personal experience, because yes, I've been cheated on before, and forgiven and moved forward with the relationship. But what that looks like for me as a woman was I really wanted to truly move forward and try again. But a lot of times those behaviors that led to, or what made me suspect that there was something going on, didn't change.
Right.
So you apologize and, oh, I want to keep this situation and I want to be with you, but you're still acting like you were when you were cheating.
Right.
9 times out of 10, that means you're still cheating. So it goes into a whole different conversation and a whole different dynamic in trying to hold that together. So as a man, as Ty was just saying, now he's looking at you like, oh, somebody done been in my stuff. Now you're looking crazy. And a lot of times women, and again, it's not all women, but when women cheat and they get caught and they get the chance to make it right, they really do right. Because it's like, oh, he really forgave me and is willing to move forward. Let me get it together. But y'all, most times, it still ends because y'all not really ready or able to let that be what it's going to be.
I mean, the female, I honestly feel like a female hurt more when she cheat and get caught than the dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because,
I can agree with that.
You know, it's the fact that that female cares about you. Now to see you hurt, it's like she, you know, that's killing her. You know, as far as a dude, you know, like I said, man, everything with men fall back on maturity and, you know, having that figure to teach them, even if they don't grow up like that positive or the main role model or the perfect guy. you know, just having somebody to put that knowledge in your head will take you a long way. Most dudes lack that. They don't have that knowledge at all, and they're learning as they grow. So now, you know, they're 35, 36 years old, just now getting it together. But like we talked about earlier, you know, the girl you wanted, or even your generation, they don't bypass you.
Right.
You know, now you dating 19. You happy, but look at that. You
look at that. Okay. So now we're going to get into this last little piece before we wrap it up. And this is a big one because I got multiple women that ask me about this. But I still want my fellas to chime in and answer that question that I asked. If your girl cheat on you, are you able to move past it and truly work on it and take her back? For real though. Like, really think about it and let me know. And then I want to pose another question because I had someone on last week talking about like polygamy and stuff.
Okay.
I want to pose a question to you and the listeners. Do y'all feel like people are meant to just be with one person? Or do you feel like we're supposed to have multiple partners and there's multiple soulmates, there's multiple situations that you can be in, but you're willing to be with this one person if that makes them happy? So for you personally, do you feel like, you know, we kind of are supposed to be with one person, or do you feel like we're supposed to be with a lot of people, but I'm willing to be with one person if I got to?
I definitely feel like you're supposed to be with one person.
Okay.
You know, the polygamy thing, I feel like that's more so something that a woman should decide. A man should never decide, you know, if that's the way y'all relationship gonna go.
Ooh, that's different.
Because it gets deeper than, you know, a guy having 2 wives or 2 girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand. It's got to be a guy that knows both of these women inside out and are able to treat them both the same without making it different, even when you're in the room with both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that, you know, that should be left in the female's hand. Me personally, I mean, that ain't my route, because when I love strong, I love hard. So you know, it's deeper than I can't see myself doing that. You know. But you know, it's different for everybody. You know, I don't got all the answers. I just got the ones that make sense. So
we're just talking. You know, we just vibing, having a little dialogue and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Speak that shit, speak. Okay. So when it comes to emotions, let's talk a little bit about these emotions that y'all fellas, and this is what I was saying multiple women were referring to. When it comes to y'all emotions and your ability to be vulnerable with your girl, and you know, why is it that men, not all men, I feel like I have to say that disclaimer every time because people be so sensitive. But why is it that some men find it hard to talk about how they feel and like really be open with like, hey, you hurt my feelings.
Right.
Hey, I didn't like that you did that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like being vulnerable, being able to admit being wrong or hurt, or have you ever cried in front of a female?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about that a little bit. Because I know you got homeboys and stuff, and that probably got that hard body exterior where they like, oh, why?
Right.
But why? Everybody want to be a tough guy.
Dude, they're not gonna like this answer here, man. But you know, dudes afraid to show their emotions because they're not developed as a man yet. Imagine showing your emotion and not knowing how to deal with it once you're done. You know what I'm saying? Okay. And it should never be a time where a man is in any situation and he doesn't know how to not fold. You don't have to know how to address that situation all the time or how to, you know, what the correct thing to do in that situation, but you should always stand firm. Most men aren't able to do that after showing their emotions. How am I going to stand firm? How am I going to look this woman in her face now? You know what I'm saying? I've broke down. I've spilled, you know, all my insides out. And now how do I get that masculinity back? You get what I'm saying? That's the main, in my point of view, that's the main reason men don't show their emotions. Another reason would be, you know, they just strictly, like we've been talking about, they're not mature. They haven't been taught how to be anything other than what they think they are. You know, nobody showed them how to walk that walk of really being a man or being, you know, the savage that you claim you are. You know what I'm saying? It's just not all about being crazy and, you know, ready to fight all the time. A true savage handle that household, you know, and most cats ain't taught that, you know. So you mean to tell me you want me to break down in here and I don't even know how to, you know, handle my own emotions within myself? So, you know, that's tough for them, but you know, that's facts. You know, a lot of people ain't gonna agree, but it is though.
Somebody said society made it unacceptable for a man to be vulnerable. It's considered soft.
That's a fact too. I think that society, I like, you know, that he said that. I think it's the media. You know, the media itself. Anything a man do that's out of the ordinary is considered soft or he weak. You know, so you know, you're right about that. I agree.
Somebody else said, men do tell us when we hurt their feelings. They just do it in different ways. Immature guys act out. Mature men are verbally direct. I didn't like that shit. Just kidding, but for real, for real. And that's
a fact,
real.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Okay. Most women nowadays use a vulnerable moment to use it against the man. And women can definitely be very attack mode when they need to, when something go wrong or something happens, and they're definitely able to quickly dig in their pocket on something that you done did or said or moved, and they gonna definitely use it as fuel. But not all women, but I can definitely understand that as being why some men kind of be like, I ain't gonna tell Shorty nothing, because last time I told her my grandma was sick and she got mad. And she said, that's why your grandma died.
Women hold
and it's like,
power,
dang.
Women definitely got that power. They got it, and when they know they got it, they will use it against you sometimes.
Facts. Letting it go. Oh, that must be in response to me saying, fellas, are y'all letting y'all girl, not letting, but if your girl cheat and she try to come back,
over with.
You know, he said, let it go. Dang, y'all fellas tough with that. Okay. I'm like, we got a lot of good gems getting dropped. They're gonna be mad with you.
Yeah, man, but it is what it is. I'm a man at the end of the day. No,
I'll be mad with you. Breast that come see them though.
You gotta keep it 100 if you're gonna speak about it. You know, you gotta make it as uncomfortable as possible, because that's the only way, you know, you figure out what you didn't know.
Right.
You know, so.
Right. So, real recap, real quick. We had some great points made here. We talked a little bit about the friends with benefits things, like male, female, being friends but still having sex. Hey, stop having sex with your friends. If that's your friend for real, stop having sex, because it's gonna confuse things. It's gonna make, now if y'all had the conversation and she don't care and she like, nah, it's cool, I guess, like bruh said, he gonna do what he want to do until she tell him not to. So shorty, you have to then take and bite that bullet, that if your feelings get hurt, that's on you, because he told you what was up and you still wanted to, you know. So if you're really not gangster like that, don't do that. Just let it ride. We talked about doubling back. Ty said he's cool with it. Sometimes 50-50, you just gotta know what you're getting yourself into. Like if something happened and y'all didn't work out, but y'all want to try it again later, it might be able to work. Just be honest and upfront, you know. He basically was saying he thinks that it is possible to start over from scratch with somebody from your past. I think you even said sometimes those are the best relationships. We all have time to regroup, grow up a little bit, and bring it back. Okay. We talked about y'all men bashing women for the way they living their life on social media. Hey, if she want to wear lingerie, let sis wear her lingerie. You ain't buy it. That ain't your girl. That ain't your mama. Like, just let her do her thing. And if you feel like she's, you know, whatever because of that, then keep it moving. But there's some men out there that they don't care about that. They still gonna do their thing, and I'm here for it. We talked about being scared to settle down. That was more towards the end of this, and you definitely hit on commitment issues, playing field, emotions, all of that good stuff. This was good.
Yeah, this was.
You definitely touched on some good stuff. Am I missing anything? Recapping?
I think you hit it all. Yeah, a point that stood out to me definitely was the double back.
Yeah,
that one was big, like you said.
Listen,
a lot of people be scared. They feel like I can, but
they gonna step.
I'm telling you, scared.
They gonna step. Listen. I feel like, and it could be the therapist in me, that people grow,
Right.
people change, people recognize their mistakes. And if things didn't end terribly to the point where it's like, I don't want to be fucked up with you at all, there may be movement there. There may be the possibility to be like, all right, we was, not there then. Let's try it again. If I ever, I just haven't had that situation happen, but if it did, and it was like, that wasn't too bad of a situation, I could run that back. I'll run it back.
Right.
Y'all better stop missing y'all blessing because y'all worry about what people got to say because you went backwards.
Fact. That's it right there.
And that really be what it comes
That's
to. People are scared to do that because they feel like somebody else gonna have something else to say about it. I know so many people that be like in a situation where they had kids with somebody and it didn't work out,
Right.
and they really want their family,
Yeah.
but they're scared because they feel like, oh, what people gonna say? We broke up. It was this. It was that.
I did all this when I left him, or when I left her, and then I ended up right back.
Hey, so
Who pay your bills?
People- hello. People grow up. People change. Situations change.
Right.
Try it again. That was a very vital. Hey, I'm here for the second chances. Give them people a second chance. If you love them, give them a second chance. And be real about your feelings. Honestly, that's really communication. I say it all the time, and it's because that's real. You got to talk to your partner at the end of the day. When I be going on my little tangents about women and men don't be on the same page, we need to bridge the gap, and I have y'all guys coming in here speaking from a male perspective, just like you and I are having a conversation, have a conversation with your partner. There may be a little bit of a disconnect, but with you guys talking, you can come to an understanding of why. What do we need to do? And people are, Nay, it's easy for you because the people that you bring on, you're not romantically interested in. So y'all are able to be honest. I guess I can understand that a little bit. It's easy to have conversations with somebody because I'm not judging you, you're not judging me, so we can be real. And maybe you feel like but that's a problem too. If you feel like your partner is judging you when you're just trying to get some understanding about what y'all got going on, y'all better ask these questions. Y'all better talk to these men. Y'all better talk to these women. And figure out what's going on, because I'm here for it. I tell people all the time, I'm a hopeless romantic. I love love. I love healthy, happy relationships. So get that. If that's what you're yearning for and you're seeking, be honest with yourself, be honest with the person that you're with, and figure that shit out. Hey, but I'm also here for the hot girl summer. If y'all are outside, ladies, be outside. Be outside. Enjoy outside. Do your thing outside. Because when it's time to sit down and be a mom and be a wife and do all of that, you don't want nothing lurking in the back of your mind. And fellas too.
Right.
Give yourself that time to grow and become what? So when you sitting down, there's no thoughts in the back of your mind like, dang, I feel like I'm missing something, or I wish I could have did this. Hey, live your life, do your thing. And if Shorty's still single when you done, double back. Double back and see what's up.
Spin the block.
Spin the block. I'm here for spinning the block. Definitely here for spinning the block. Okay, bet. That's what's up. Thank y'all for coming back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there in the middle, and y'all came back to rock with us. I appreciate y'all. I see the comments. Let me on the next show with me and Ski. Oh, okay, big baby. I see you. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, right back here, same time, brand new discussion. That'll be the last episode of this April's showers. Because I'm about to be outside. I'm headed to Vegas the week after, so I will not be having my show. It's time for girls trip, and I'm ready. How you feel about that? Real quick before we go.
Yeah, man, girls trips are well. You need them. They heal your heart sometimes.
They do.
Girls trips also work for the men too. Send her
Shout out
on her
to
way.
Clubhouse.
Let her go, and when she come home,
Thank you.
she'll see what she
you.
missing.
I feel like men get wrapped up in women taking girls trip because they feel like what they doing. You don't need to know. Let her do her thing. Let her vibe with her friends, because when she come home, if y'all have a healthy relationship, she's gonna miss you.
Trust me.
You should not be threatened by her girls trip. Let
Right.
her go do her thing. Let her be with her friends. Because then when she come home, babe,
I'm telling you, she gonna miss you just as much as you miss her. You feel me?
Right.
So that's a fact.
take that time to get
That's
on
a
y'all
fact.
little game. Go catch up with your boys. Whatever you do, whatever y'all do. Whatever y'all healthy, faithful men do when your girl ain't home,
Bible
do that.
study.
Not Bible study. I'm done. But yeah, thank you again for coming through and talking with me.
Fact.
Broski, it's all love. I love having fam come on and be a part of this with me. And I love y'all too. Thanks for being right here with me. Another episode, Conversation That's Told by Native Podcast. Catch me right back here next week, same time, 8 p.m. Let's talk about it.